I'm beginning to see this pattern now. It's really, really bad. But there's no denying it. It's a pattern I've been seeing my whole life. April 12th, 2025, 1:42 p.m. From what I remember, my father and mother acting really stupid. Not even my mother, yeah. My father, especially my father, when I'm saying who cares, and my mom also who cares, and the stupidest things they'll say. And then this lady at the Kroger, this old woman, move, she said. So rude. She's on the wrong side of passing. She was behind me. I was going into this way. She's really trying to tell me when I was in junior high school. He's on the wrong side of anything. And then my neighbor over there, Tom, yelling at my dog, and then the girl over there yelling at my dog, although I can understand it because she had an infant. I saw afterwards, and one other really stupid thing. Oh, Trump with his groceries. Not shutting their Wi-Fi off, the way they drive. The way they don't pay attention. The way people treat Sheldon. The way people treat autistics. Even yesterday, the people making fun of quartering, what they were saying. I'm laughing, but some of it, what they're saying doesn't make sense, because there's a lot of things I understand what quartering is saying, because, I too am autistic. His deep focus, his ability, his thinking that he can succeed beyond. It's not even beyond that, he simply can succeed. These neurotypicals, they don't know success, not true success. There's another thing I'm trying to remember. The way my teachers act. But this girl, this Star Wars girl, my God. How many does she have? 250,000 subscribers. The 10,000 views, less than 24 hours. She's about to say something so stupid. She reminds of Brandy. She really reminds of Brandy. She's about to say, she has a good backdrop though. Let me think what she's got. She's got, her figures are okay. Everything that she's got in the background is displayed nicely. She's some kind of Disney shill. She's got eyes, a whole block of eyes, which is actually good because of, is that for makeup? I don't know what that is, but that's smart for eyes. Everything she's got seems, she's even got the gizmo thing. I might have had that. Is this all Disney? That's not Disney. Her setup seems pretty okay. She's got the too much makeup. I prefer girls without makeup, but she's got the black one. Nothing wrong with wearing black. I wear black sometimes, but so there doesn't seem to be anything. I haven't watched the full video. This is 10 minutes, but she's about to say something so stupid. I had to do this video. Are you ready? Ready to hear this really stupid thing? All right. Okay, put on real normalcy. I said I'm gonna pump up the volume because what she says is so mind-blowing stupid.
Playing Johnny Storm, and he says Joseph Quinn.
Now, my speech teacher said always know the age of the group. So she's quite young. Maybe she's 20. I'm assuming maybe 25. So they don't know. So they're born about the year of the millennium. Yeah, definitely millennium year. So they know nothing about the character. I'm trying to remember the last time Fantastic Four was. Where did I see that movie? It was here. Holy moly! Yeah, I saw the movie here. Remember? Yeah, it was here. That means within 10 years they had it. So she would have been 15, which would be in high school. Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyway, She should be smarter. You can't be this dumb. You cannot be this stupid. Please, for the love of God. God.
Addresses how his portrayal of Human Torch.
Okay.
I've never seen this kid before in my life.
It must
Her
be
mouth and basically, set fire to the.
maybe, but she's kind of cute. But I haven't watched. Maybe I watched 1 or 2 videos or something, but I've completely forgot who this individual is. I can't even remember. I remember the name of the channel, but not her. But okay, so I've only watched less than 2 minutes, or about 2 minutes. Let's see.
This movie, but we also got the dude that's playing Johnny Storm. Okay, so look at this. Joseph Quinn, who I don't know who this is. I don't think I've ever seen.
Okay, let me go back a little bit so we get some.
Right? Like, this just honestly proves they don't give 2 shits about the movie. They don't give 2 shits.
She uses false word. The false word there is just. Sue, I'm not really big for that word. I mean, it's not a false word in the fact of law, but to use it in this way, sue, storm, suing, God, I would say it's a false name. Okay. I mean, first of all, I'm not for the movie because the trailer, it looks like White Bay trash. It looks like White Bay trash. It looks like Bay trash because they dumbed down the thing. The thing looks like it's dumb, and the voice seems to be African. So Michael Bay's racist mother. But for everything else, I don't know anything else. All I know is it seemed very Transformer, and I actually do like some of the Transformers stuff in there. There is a genius in some of that, but it's the racist. It's like Michael Bay made this perfect movie, and he takes a dump in it with the racism stuff. It's disgusting. That's all. I mean, they're perfect movies except for the racist stuff. All right.
About the characters that they're playing because they don't know anything about the Fantastic Four. The entire core charisma, the core that
she does. Okay, so here's the thing. She does know about the Fantastic Four. She did explain it, so she does know where this goes. I had a fast speed. I haven't watched it nor.
And what makes it so likable is the family dynamic between them. And so, if you don't know anything about the Fantastic Four, you guys don't know what that is. So read.
She does talk pretty fast, which is fine because I understand that sometimes people, not sometimes, I've had a few people in my life say that I talk fast. Of course, ever since then, I've learned how to talk a little slower from the neurotypical, but let's see what's up with this girl.
Richards is just stricken.
What might have happened is she didn't realize that in her mind she's already thinking about something ahead of time, so maybe she's about this. You'll see when I show you.
Because he blames himself for what happened to Ben. Ben is a monster and he's angry. We got Sue that's trying to hold the entire family together, and then we have Johnny Storm who's like, yeah, he's actually happy. He likes his powers. He's all getting the ladies. But guess what? Not only did Vanessa Kirby open her mouth and basically set fire to this movie, but we also got the dude that's playing Johnny Storm. Okay, so look at this. Joseph Quinn, who I don't know who this is. I don't think I've ever seen this kid before in my life, but he's going to be playing Johnny Storm, and he says Joseph Quinn addresses how his portrayal of Human Torch will differ from Chris Evans' version. Well, no shit, you're a completely different person playing the character. Of course it's going to be different. Here we go. He would... Oh,
did you hear what she said? It makes no sense. She's talking about his physicality. Because he's a different physical guy playing the character, of course he's different. Is she this stupid? Of course he's talking about the character. She can't be this dumb. Please tell me, is she blonde? She's not even blonde. Maybe she's fake. Maybe she is blonde. Jesus Christ.
From Chris Evans' version. Well, no shit. You're a completely different.
See, this is
of human.
See, it's okay to swear sometimes, okay, but they cannot be this dumb. People cannot be this stupid. This is beyond common sense or conventional sense. This is literally logistics. And there's nothing in the comments even talking about what she's saying there. People are really this stupid, and it doesn't correlate with her background. I don't see anything bad about the background. And Simpsons, no, nothing. And just got a setup, but a lot of Spock. Okay, it doesn't seem real. This must be manufactured. God, they're really this dumb. I mean, God, what kind of money are these people getting? What are people getting paid? My God, they're really this stupid. They're really this stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is beyond stupid. We're going into flat earth territory stupidity. Oh no. Oh my God. Please, Jesus, I might not believe in you anymore, but if you're up there. My God, man. I'm never gonna have to work again. I mean, I already, I'm never ever gonna work again, ever. Even if I lose all my money, I'm never gonna have to work again. These people are this is beyond comprehension. I mean, I'm worth $1 trillion at this point. I mean, in terms of intelligence. Come on. Oh no, no. Please, don't be this stupid. Please, for the love of God. This is the kind of thing. Oh my. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Then I gotta calm down. Okay. Breathe. This matches up with everyone being so stupid. This video is gonna take forever if I don't play this through. Alright, let's God, my God, I don't even play it back with it. It's so mindless. It's beyond. It's not even pain. It's literally.
George will differ from Chris Evans' version.
It's like what happens when Tom shouted at the dog. There was no logic to it. I couldn't even react to it. I simply was stern to him. Saying, "Was it Tom?" And he must have noticed my demeanor was very serious. And he said he said good night after I explained him about a story about my fueling up my e-bike, that you have to fuel it constantly. And then he ended with good night, as if he realized he might have done something wrong, which he did. But these people are really this stupid. He's always had some kind of issue. I can notice with every interaction there's some kind of negativity, some kind of abuse he endured when he was younger. Always thinking somebody's out to get him. Something happened. I can guess with these people now that I have the power beyond Jesus. I wouldn't say Jesus. Now that I have godly powers, I basically know. My God. Alright, anyway, let's play this through.
Shit, you're a completely different person playing the character. Of course, it's gonna be.
This stuff. This is the kind of stuff. This kind of stupidity. This is beyond stupidity. This is on the level of Donald Trump's stupidity. Now, there's a lot of stuff that Trump does, which I'm okay with. He does things very fast, and it might be because he's so rich and he's blind to all the poisonous media. However, because he's blind to a lot of things, he's so mind-blowingly stupid at the same time. So it's the same thing as how, and I'm not trying to be racist here, it's the same thing as how a lot of, the blacks have been slaves their whole lives, literally, from their existence, ever since Egypt, and it could be beyond that. So the thing is, they've been deprived of everything their whole existence. I only realized this, learned of it, or even realized this this month, I think. But even beyond that, even before I realized that, I mean, from the slave code, from their slavery and stuff, they've been denied so much. So they didn't have the infrastructure to even know that the moon landing, I say in quotes, occurred, because they didn't have TVs. So when you tell them that someone landed on the moon, they don't believe you. This is from online I read about, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So it's not that they figured it out that the moon landing was a lie. It's that they didn't even know it occurred. Same thing with Trump. Trump doesn't know. How do I say this? He doesn't even know something exists. So we can avoid that evil thing because he doesn't even know it exists in this instant, you know. And usually in life it's better that you actually know of an evil, so you know you're all best prepared for it. What's a good example with him? It would be I mean, I like what he did with the releasing all those January 6 people so fast. That was cool, you know, that he did it so quickly, dismantling the Department of Education. It's a joke, you know. So yeah, I'm glad he did that. But I think that's what. See, he never really got an education. See, so I think what happens, he thinks that people who get educations get smart. So he's going to say, oh, I don't want that kind of advantage. He doesn't want people to have that advantage over him. Well, guess what, genius? Department of Education is a scam. It's a stupid, evil entity. So you're not dismantling to get someone to have an advantage over you. Now, I'm saying that, you know, I'm calling, you know, I'm kind of mocking Trump, but of course I could be in error. It could be that Trump does know that Department of Education is an evil entity. Elon, I'm trying to think. Elon, well, he's quite smart. And he realizes that, you know, us geniuses, we know that, you know, the regular education is this big freaking joke. But Elon's completely evil. He's on the evil spectrum. He's the super genius spectrum, but he's on the evil side of it, which is very dangerous. Very dangerous. There's got to be an equivalence with Trump in terms of the moon landing thing. Well, I mean, it could be the moon landing direct. What happens a long time ago? He said he used a double speak. He said the first time the header in the news article online was that the first time we go to the moon. The first time we go to the moon, something, and then you know, it was years afterwards when I reread what exactly it was, in more detail. It was he had actually doubled down. He had played both sides. You know, this is the first time we'll be getting to the moon in so many years or something. He was doing a double speak. So my point is that he either he didn't know that there was even the moonlight, and he doesn't know how to take Tesla. I think he said Tesla. I think I was thinking maybe he did it so that he wouldn't get sued, some kind of law thing. But no, he's not that smart. I saw his description of groceries that Jimmy Kimmel or something, or not Jimmy Kimmel. I think it was Colbert maybe. Did a mashup of No, it was the Daily, not the Daily Show. It was a Daily something. Jon Stewart's show. What is it? The Daily something. I think it's called the Daily Show. It's that one with the blonde girl with the guy from the spoilers from that Megan movie. How old? Okay, I need to find out how old she is, because again, like my speech teacher says, you have to know the age of who you're dealing with. She's like 18, 15. Okay, she really doesn't, you know. I have to really find out if people are this stupid. Okay, so let's see what these people are, because really when I find out more detail, I'm thinking, oh, they're not as stupid as I thought, because, you know, I'm gonna see this. You know, with Trump, I can get it because he's so rich. He doesn't know about grocery. No, he's nearly because he's rich. You don't understand the logistics of the stupidity. Okay, let's see. Is it? Okay. Okay, this is her. Okay, that's Star Wars, not these. Okay, she was born in. She's age 29. Oh my gosh. So she was born in Okay, so that would mean she's old enough to be my child, correct? I am. Okay, so. Okay, so. Okay, so she. Okay, okay. But I thought she might have been like 25. I'm off by 4 years. Okay. Usually I'm off by 4 years when I guess people's age sometimes. Okay. 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 Oops, switch this into. So that means her mother. Okay, I already know how old her parents would be. You can tell from. So, okay. So her, what is that? 5 minus 4. Okay. Her age is not 30. It's the, because if she's, okay, no. 26, 27, 29, 30. So she is 30. Let me see. 5. Okay, yeah, because it hasn't reached that yet. So okay, yeah. So she's 30. Yeah, 30. So she reached the birthday. So in. Four B. 4 is 30. 5. Okay, yeah. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, yeah, she is there. Okay. Her father would be 62. 30, 60, 62. Okay. Okay. So, okay. And her mom would be 56. 6. Okay. So it's monitored. In Lowtown they say it's to appeal to women. So that's a false word. I like woke. Woke is good. Jesus. Work is false word. Title false word. Major word. Olam. Egarg. Spell that. ECARG. Egarg. What's an egarg? E cares. And same thing back. Elam. Portuguese, Danish. Freelance artist. Died her sister car accident at 22. Having been missing from. So this is what I mean. If you have negativity, it affects your family. Okay. Yeah. Well, she needs help. Apparently, she has a lot of issues. That's what I thought. Somebody put this note in there. 20. Yeah. She seems like she needs some context of false word. She lied about context to support your narrative. He proved it's false. Evidence false word. Take that with a grain of salt when I say something that's false word. You have to verify it. Proof false word. Just false word. Yeah, there's something wrong with this girl. You can tell there's something wrong with me. Thank God. They're really this stupid. Okay, we have confirmed she's a child, of course. 25, I guess I thought her age would have been 25, so, I already thought a baby, but if she's 30, she's not as babyish, which is even more concerning. If you know the actual age of her parents, you can tell if the parents had the child early, right at the legal age 18, that means the kid's gonna be stupid. The parents are stupid, which means the kid's stupid. If they wait, if first of all you don't have kids, you're super smart, you're already beyond anybody else. But if you're stupid enough to actually have children, then usually people wait at least a decade, and with the females it'd be about half a decade. So let's see, yeah. But in rounding up, it's about a decade. Let me see. So my point is that I'm trying to think. So basically, her parents would be within my range, kind of. At least the mother would be. The father would be basically of another generation almost. I've already surpassed my generation. My God. I'm trying to figure out how. But beyond that, what I told you is it surpasses all generations. It's in every single generation. It's in every race. Yeah, I'm never gonna have to work. If people are this stupid, I'm never gonna have to work. Well,
Different.
I guess in the traditional sense or conventional sense, sort of sense. I don't even know what sense. Technically, we're always working. I always have to do something a day. I have to. But I guess in the conventional sense. Yeah, I guess in the conventional sense. They're this stupid. Oh my gosh. People are really this stupid. Oh, okay, well, let's see how stupid she is. Now that thankfully we've established that people have recognized there's something wrong with this girl. So we got some normalcy here, okay? We got some normalcy here. So people are not as stupid as I was thinking they might be. So there's some good in this. We sound so good. There's some hope here. Okay? There's some hope here. Hallelujah. Praise the whatever. Okay. Okay. Thank goodness. So
Here we go. I have to read it in this voice because I've already read it. So this is a pro one. Just make that point.
Anyway, now I've got to establish something wrong with this girl. That one comment that guy said, okay, so we know this girl, yeah, and now she's anti-woke and all that. She's full of hate. She's screwed up. But her everything in the background's so perfect. That's one thing. Is she paid shill? What is this? There's something going on. She must be some kind of rich brat. Trying to see the layout here. Gizmo's cute. Gizmo's good. She's got makeup there. Wonder Woman, okay. Simpsons. She's really in the Simpsons. She reads books, which is good. Females, I read. I just saw a video recently saying that like people who read books. I always read books. There's nothing here that she's got Spock. She's smart. She's really into Spock, so that's smart. Yeah, there's something off. Everything she's portraying in the background doesn't match up with that one. All it was one word, one phrase she said, which screwed everything up. If she hadn't said that, she would have been fine. Alright, here we go.
He was branded as this womanizing devil may care guy, but that's sexy these days? I don't think so. This version of
Okay, her middle name is Grace, so that means her parents are Christian, and now we know that we know that the Christian stuff is screwed up. So this could be one of the things that is affecting her mind. All right.
Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings. Oh my god, I'm sorry, this is so gay. Like, what a pussy. This is dude that you want being Johnny's. Honestly, if I was a producer in Hollywood, I would say, like, you guys aren't allowed to do press anymore. You guys aren't allowed to open your mouth. No wonder Hollywood is going after, like, invest.
Put her voice to okay.
Investing more in AI because it simulated.
She sounds stupid. She sounds.
Actor or actress isn't going to go on a press tour and basically, just set fire to your movie before it even.
Just false word. You can already tell these people something. It's like Snarky J. There's something. I mean, I'm keeping analytical ties on her because there is something about her that is different. I mean, she's definitely, even though yes, the Spanish did. She's Cuban, but yes, still, the Hispanic. The Spanish enslaved the blacks, but again, I think I haven't mentioned it yet here in this recording. It's because of the location. I mean, even the Asians would have enslaved the blacks if they were closer. So it's because of where everyone's at. So if the Asians were where the blacks were, and the blacks were where the Asians were, and the blacks were where the Spanish were where the whites were, or where the Middle Easterns were, where the who else enslaved them? So if everyone swapped spot, here's the thing: if everyone swapped locations, the same things would have happened to those people in those locations. So the Asians were in Africa, the Asians would have all been enslaved. They would have been brought to America, and then been the witches of the the whoever race. If the so if the blacks were the Europeans were in Europe, they would enslave the Asians. See, so it's simply because of where everyone was at. Because they wanted to visit the New World. What is my point? I literally forgot what I was saying. At least with the AI, I can ask the AI what I was talking about first. Why was I talking about race? Why was I talking about continents? See if I can remember if I get her to talk again.
Look at Rachel Zegler, look at Brie Larson. Isn't going to go on a press tour and basically, just set fire to your movie before.
Okay, just a false word. I said. What was I saying? I was saying something about slavery. Oh, Snarky J. Yeah. Okay. So she is same sensory issues. She has the same sensory issues. I know some of them, but she's like this girl. They're against the woke. They're against the feminism, but she's a little bit not as. I can convince her a little bit. She's seeing a little bit more of our side, but she still has something there. But she's kind of suppressing it, or it's being changed. So that's good. But there's still something there. I think there's still something there. But it's in flux. It's not even fluxing. She's actually coming to her. I can feel her coming to our side. So what's my point? Completely forgot my point. I think my point is that there are these people that seem to be on the left or the white, even quartering, but then or people who are non-white, but they're on the right. So people you would assume would be on the left, they're on the right, and usually it's because of some kind of trauma they got from their own group, such as the the Amala girl. She's biracial, but she had an incident with her own race, and that fried her brain. With neurotic, maybe okay. I didn't know his wife was Asian, and he has a mixed breed thus child, but he had an incident in jail where they accidentally put him into solitary confinement and fried his brain. Maybe something with his wife did something. Maybe his wife said something or caused him to do something. I don't know. Maybe, and then he blames his wife. Maybe, and then I don't know. Maybe that's why he hates, non-whites or whatever. But so if somebody is against their own group, it's because something happened with their group. And so something happened with her, with Snarky J, was because of her parents' divorce. It screwed her brain up. And there's nothing wrong with divorce per se, but you have to understand why it happened. And she's getting very close to understanding it, which is why I think she's coming over to our side. Anyway, coming back to this Brandy girl. I call her Brandy because there's a girl named Brandy. What was it? Brandy Hadley. Yeah. She reminds me of Brandy. This could be Brandy's kid, who knows? Right, here we go.
Or even look at Rachel's age, look at Brie Larson. This is happening time and time again, where these Hollywood nut jobs that just get up on their high horse on their soapbox and they start preaching and they go out of touch with
Justice a false word. Justice a false word.
the reality, and especially these people that are pretending to be nerds or that are trying to get the nerd audience, the poor audience that made these franchises what they are, and then they're trying to get them to come to the movie theater, but then they go and they say the exact opposite of what everyone wants to hear. Listen, you don't have Johnny Storm. You don't. And it's fine. There's plenty of actors that don't know anything about the roles that they play. They read the script and they show up and they're fantastic. Like Anthony Hopkins, talks about how in his process he researched on the characters that he plays. His book, he doesn't read it. Like, he says everything that he needs to know about the character that he's playing is in the script. And Anthony Hopkins is fantastic, right? And so there are actors out there that are...
Okay, first of all, she's wearing black. At that age, no, there's nothing wrong with wearing black, okay? I love black. But I wear it because, mainly one of the reasons why I wear black is because of my dilation accident. Never get your eyes dilated. At her age, well, she's 30. She's wearing black. Her eye seems okay unless she's wearing contacts. It's possible she's wearing contacts. But the black matching with maybe Darth Vader, I don't know. There's something about the layout of everything. There's a contrast here. Maybe black because there's something evil about it. Now, yes, I know the stereotypical thing is the color black is something evil, but sometimes it can denote evil, darkness. Okay? It could denote that if need be. Now, I like the color black, but sometimes the connotation can be applied to, because of the perception, the stereotype of that. She might be using it as that. Is what I'm thinking, this application of what she's doing. And again, I have nothing wrong with the color black. I love black. I got black all over here, because of lighting issues and stuff. But it's a nice color, your eyes need rest, and I love the color black. I love it. All right, here we go.
they're actually talented that can just perform and basically embody those characters. I feel like that breed is dying out though. There's no real talent in Hollywood. It's all about who you know now. And we got people like this who it's like, oh, I'm just going to take this beloved franchise with these beloved characters, and hey, this one guy who used to play him and played him or try to embody the actual characteristics of the damn character. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it because I care about women's studies. Yeah.
God.
Male feminist alert. And for those that don't know, I deal with a lot of male feminists online. Are the absolute worst scum of the freaking world. And those are the type of guys that they're like, oh, I must defend the lady. I must put on my white knight armor and defend the second the lady has an opinion that they don't like. They don't like me, like women like Jimmy Toronto. I can go on and on all day. And then they're like, shush, you're Nazi, silent women. You're just how.
She's funny. She's funny. She's funny. I think I understand the appeal of her channel because she's funny. Alright, try to slow it down.
The guys that they're like, I must defend milady. I must put on my white knight armor and defend milady. But the second the lady has an opinion that they don't like me, like women like Gina Carano, I can go on and on all day. And then they're like, shush, you're a Nazi, silent woman. You're just an internalized miss. That's what I'm getting from this.
She's funny.
So if it wasn't for this tweet, being like, maybe she misspoke, maybe I don't know, I can make some excuses, then it's gonna bite me in the ass. But after seeing this, absolutely not. The whole thing about Johnny Storm is he's like the kid that is so happy. And I say kid, I mean obviously he's a full-grown man, but he's obviously the youngest out of the Fantastic Four. But he's the one that's like, yeah, I got superpowers. I'm a freaking freaking hero. I'm a ladies' man. He's the one that's like enjoying like that rock star type of lifestyle, and he's always, prancing around in front of Ben, and they're always fine. If you actually knew about the characters and the comics, you would know this, but these people don't, and they don't care. Gosh, I must sound like a broken record.
Just a false word. Hold on.
In the comics, you would know this, but these people don't, and they don't care. Gosh, I must.
Okay. Because of her age, she would know. So if she was in 30, she was born. So she's 94. She's born in 4. So she has complete awareness, because that was still the year early of the World Wide Web. In fact, that was about the exact beginning of the year, could be. In fact, that's the year when I actually learned the World Wide Web in college. So she definitely knows. She knows about movies and stuff. So when she was synced about you're playing it, like, God, yeah, something seriously wrong with this girl.
I must sound like a broken record, and it's giving me a headache, to be honest, but I've been covering this stuff for years, and Hollywood just doesn't get it. I don't understand. You would think after the amount of flop that they had, that they would be like, oh, hey, maybe this stuff isn't working, let's do course correction. But no, they don't. Everyone that's up in the top, they think that they're far.
There's a hatred. I can sense hate in her. I can sense hate. It's like Star Wars. Yeah, there's some kind of inherent hate. Something really bad happened to her. My God. Alright.
Arts don't stink, and that they're God's gift to freaking Earth, and that we're all the little troglodytes that don't understand their vision. But look at this tweet. Everyone is ratioing the heck out of this tweet. But it says, which film is likely to hit 1 billion? Thunderbolts or the Fantastic Four first steps? Now, this would have been easy yesterday. Fantastic Four would have been the clear one to beat it, or to $1 billion. But nobody cares about either of those movies. I saw the trailer for this.
Wait, which one?
To $1 billion. This would have been easy yesterday. Fantastic Four would have 1 billion. This tweet. Everyone is ratioing the heck. Oh, the little troglodytes that don't understand their vision. But look at this tweet. Everyone is ratioing the heck out of this tweet. But it says, which film is likely to hit 1 billion? Thunderbolts or the Fantastic Four first steps? Now, this would have been easy yesterday. Fantastic Four would have been the closer one to beat it, or to get to $1 billion. But nobody cares about either of those movies. I saw a trailer for this. Listen, I could not care about this movie less. I feel like there is bacteria growing on the bottom of an iceberg in Antarctica that cares more about this movie than I do. And now I'm just well, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm pretty sure.
That looks like an AI generated movie poster, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, people are more excited about Thunderbolts than they are about Fantastic Four, because you got her opening her mouth. Nobody likes Pedro Pascal to begin with. I feel like he's just the biggest DEI hire that Hollywood has, and so they're just putting him in everything. And
there's nothing wrong with Pedro Pascal. He's a cool guy.
Which, again, it's just don't open your mouth. He was great in Game of Thrones. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I heard that he was great in Narcos too. I never watched it, not really my boat. And then we got this kid who, is over here gotta defend Milady, gotta defend my make-believe Milady's feelings, her fifis. And so it's she just...
Okay, I think I know why people watch her, because she's a joke. Same thing with a Quartering. Quartering's a joke. So they watch to laugh at her. That's why they watch. Because she's cute, but also because she's stupid. Because she's a joke. Quartering is also cute, and he's a joke. There you go. Laughter. These poor people.
Just tanked this movie. He just tanked this movie. Nobody liked Pedro Pascal anyway to begin with. The only guy that's keeping his mouth shut is this dude, but he was the one.
Yeah, and the background good. They have nice placement. See, the background is nice. Quartering. I love Quartering's background. It's the same kind of. He likes the Ghostbusters, so it's the same kind of likes. Even Mr. H has the exact same likes as me, but the guy's racist prick. With her, look, you got this perfect wall of this. I even have something similar, except it's with ears. I actually have silicone earwax removal coming to study. And the ear, in a model, plastic model. But everything here, Spock, smart, logical. It's nice. I love Gizmo. So the setup in the background, the decoration is good. So you have to have enough for, stuff before people will accept you. You have to have enough of something. How do I say it? You have to have enough of a. I think in Japan they have a special word for this. You have to have enough of an interesting setup. There you go. Before people will pay attention.
That everyone was complaining about in the trailer because his voice sounds like off. They might have given him the eyebrows and tried to make him look like.
She's talking about The Thing. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
This movie, nobody liked Pedro Pascal anyway to begin with. The only guy that's keeping his mouth shut is this dude, but he was the one that everyone was complaining about in the trailer because his voice sounds like off.
Yeah.
They might have given him the eyebrows and tried to make him look like Ben, but he was,
voice.
In my opinion, it just was like, what the heck? That's not what the Thing sounds like.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's true.
it sucks. It really sucks. It's like, I can't let myself get optimistic. I can't let myself get hope.
Okay, I think I know what happened. I know exactly why she's popular. It's the same though, the quartering. It's the same exact thing. The quartering will say something racist. You can even say mildly. He'll say something point blank racist, but he has so much. 99% of his stuff is so good that it kind of overshadows it. With this girl, there must be some kind of. She's only said one stupid thing so far, even though it's the most possibly one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. Even on par with. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable. I'm saying this, saying that it's even stupider than what Trump said. I mean, but here's why what she said is even stupider than what Trump said, because she's talking about, you're talking about physicality and spiritually, in other words, character. She doesn't seem to understand that there's a difference between the two. With Trump, at least, how do I say this? I mean, for the love of God, at least Trump knows groceries is associated with food, although it seemed that he almost didn't from the Colbert mashup. But at least he could pronounce the word, right? Actually, he could barely pronounce it, but at least he could say it, let's say. Okay, I gotta see, at least he knows kind of it's a thing. This girl doesn't even know the category is different for spiritual, or he says character and physicality. Trump at least knows that. He at least knows what category it is. He knows it's a physical thing, right? This girl doesn't even know the difference between spiritual and physical. That's why what she said was even stupider. However, this matches all the world's stupidity. I'm never gonna have to work again. If I lose all my money, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Because with this kind of stupid people, oh my God, I could, at this point, I think I could be a trillionaire. I could actually be the richest individual on the whole planet. If people are this stupid, I could actually, I'm seriously considering selling my DMT cookies now. I'm seriously. Maybe that's why they started COVID, because as soon as I announced it, I didn't call it DMT cookies, I forgot what I called it. Yeah, I might have called it that. Oh shoot. I did not mean to say that word. I'm so sorry. Forget what I said with that word. I meant DMT. Oh, God. Forget that word. I meant, God, what word am I? Damn it. Darn it. Okay. Forget the acronym I said. Scratch it out there. Okay. Digital medical technology. I'll call it digital medical. No, the product I was going to sell. And then suddenly they enacted the COVID. I said I had tested it out and it worked. Although, it was in retrospect, I hadn't fully tested it out. I mean, I did test it out, but I did fully test it. I had tested it out, but it was only one test. It seemed that it worked. So, but I was so much in my own hubris. And then suddenly suddenly I had a sense of, I don't know, something online with this COVID thing was suddenly freak out, and I felt like I started something. Fauci bastard. Anyway, I could do this then. It could work. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. I'm not saying, people are just doing about it. No, my product has to work. And it seems like it would work then. Because everything seems to be, even though you might be can I even use that word? No, I'm going to use that word. What time does it feel? feels as if it's 7 p.m. or something. I mean, I still have to get to I'm working on my movie, my franchise script that I'm working on all day today, in out, occasionally kind of. Okay, my uploads. Let me look at my uploads. I'm gonna go. This recording is super duper long, I know, but I shouldn't even re-record. It's still recording. That's a good thing. But if I had to record it, it's fine because this is actually the same kind of message I'm trying to say over and over again. And this girl, it's that one liner. Here we go. Yeah, uploading all this other stuff at the same time. Let me get to this. Yeah, I'm seriously considering. I think I will. If people are this stupid, I'm gonna be a millionaire, right? Now you have to realize that hold on. Okay, 1 second. You have to look at the age you're at and where you are in life in reference or in correlation with everybody else. So let me think about that here. Hold on. I don't think this is. I mean, this is recording. But let me verify that. This okay. Good. And close. Get back to this thing. Where is this? Not this one. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Cool with everyone else. Right. My parents are nearly dead. They're at the age of death. Most people running the planet are not even running. Oh yeah, running. Well, working the planet. They're age of their children. Their children. It's always 30-year-old child, but most of the world is 30. There have never been this many year old, but this is the first time in history with them. So most of the people alive are children and childs. Okay. Not a lot of those birth rates overall in the entire slowed down. So the old generation boomers, they're all dying. I mean, every day well, not every day, but you're hearing a lot more. Well, you're hearing some. I don't know, maybe because I'm tracking more, but it seems, yeah, you notice the old generation is dying out. So my point is, if I had sold my stuff at COVID was only about 5 years ago, half a decade ago. If I had sold it 15 years ago, then a decade ago. Decade is where the generations are passed on. So it would have been a big difference, though. If I had sold that, I only discovered it about half a decade ago. I was gonna sell the thing, so if I had sold it after college, that would have been a big difference. I hadn't discovered it, but I was thinking if I had been able to discover it and sell it back then, the old generation would still be around. And then if I had sold it after college, again, I haven't discovered that. I discovered that until decades afterward, but if I had after college, it would have been a big difference. And then after college, after working in the IT business for a decade, I think, if I had started then, that's when Feige started to do his thing. That's actually because when you're at the age of what age? Yeah, when you're at about 40, that's when you smack it up. I mean, usually the best years they say is about, I think it's like 30 to 40, about that range or something. 30 to 40, around 35. So anything after that, I mean, you're always constantly learning. But if I start selling now, so basically, I think most people, they start, actually in the film industry, it's actually about the age of 50. But Feige had an advantage with his grandfather and his father, so he was able to go into the future 10 years ahead of time. Basically, the age where I'm at, people become, managers of the entire global economy. So I'm actually at the right exact time, but the sad part is that's when your parents are about dead. But thankfully mine are still alive. So you have enough knowledge that you accumulate where you can actually, maybe that's it, maybe they discover that this is the age where you discover, hey, everyone's stupid, but maybe you realize it because everyone under you, younger, is so much younger because of the age that you're at now. And then all the old generation's dead. So you're the smartest because everyone else is dead and everyone's so young. But for me, because I'm a super genius and I always have been practically my whole life, so I have even more of a huge advantage. So I guess it comes to back to even with my eyes the way it is. I guess it's because my super genius thing that balanced out what happened to my eyes. So that must be it. That's got to be it. So the time for me to do this is now, regardless. So I'm not doing it at a time where I shouldn't be doing it. I'm doing it at exactly the correct time. Yeah. I don't want to use the word late because late is a false word, so I can't use the word afterwards with this. So what I'm trying to say is at a time that's not the right time. I don't know. I'll figure out what are the synonyms there are for that word. But yeah. So I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try now. I think okay. I know what's subconsciously what I'm thinking of. But I want the people who buy my product to understand what they're buying. In other words, I don't want to sell it to some young people and they're simply, oh, we're young, we're going to buy anything. No, I want this to actually be effective and work, and for the people to buy it because they understand why they're buying it, not simply because I'm the older generation, so you could trust me because, we're always taking care of the younger people and stuff. No, I want this to be something that people really understand and really respect and are buying it because of more than simply blind faith. That's it. I don't want them to buy it. I don't want to be enriched because of blind faith. I want it to be enriched because there's an actual strong, direct, correlated connection. In other words, I want deep, actual commitment, respect, and what's the word? I want acknowledgement. I don't want to be taken for granted with my product. Exactly. Because they could simply buy it because they say, oh, something new. I want to buy something because I have the money. Not me, but I'm talking about a customer. No, buy it because you understand what you're buying. Buy it because you respect it, not simply to consume, but to use it properly. That's the thing. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't sell it. Why should I give them the power? Why should I give them my power? That's the whole thing. We'll see. Anyway, now that I know that they're stupid, they definitely want my product anyway because it's going to improve their brain. But it's not to take advantage of them. I'm not selling it to take advantage of people. I'm selling it because I want them to be smarter. I want it to better the world. Why do I want to? The whole reason I wanted to sell in the first place was to increase their brain power. And I think maybe, and I hope it's not selfish, because I'm always praying that it's not because of a selfish reason, but because of blowback, because of karma, because of the attractive effect. Because I figured it out quite recently, maybe within this year. It's about bother. I don't want people to bother me. We do things because we don't want to be bothered. So prove is a false word. I want to better their lives so they don't bother me. That's something. One of my channel names was Control Bother. Control. Yeah. So ultimately, I give them this product so they don't bother me. Exactly. There you go. That calms me down. It's not a selfish thing. I simply don't want to be bothered. So I give you this. You give me the money so I can shut you up. And you go away. You leave me alone. And that's it. We're both happy. I don't bother you. You don't bother me. You buy my product because it'll make you, not bother me. That's the truth. That's not a lie. I mean, look at me. I'm even looking at myself, and I know, yeah, this body language. That's exactly what I want to sell you my stuff. I want to sell you my stuff so you get the fuck away from me. I'm sorry. I didn't even get emotional. That was a little emotional. That was too emotional. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole reason. I want them to buy my product so we can get the hell. You know what? I have an idea. How about this? Well, I get the fuck out of. Why don't I go the fuck far away? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. Why don't I go far away from everyone? Go to Point Nemo. Go to the Mariana Trench, and then I don't have to be concerned about anyone. No one can bother me. The happiest day of my life was when I was in San Diego. I had traveled the whole world. Really, I won't explain how much of the world. Yeah, I will. I flew around the whole world. Then I traveled the entire United States. And then I was in San Diego. And there was this blissful moment. I bought some groceries I had in my hand. And I went to the park. And the groceries were all dropping around me as I found this beautiful place, and all the food was coming out. I dropped on this hill, and I fell down and relaxed. Complete bliss. My arms outstretched. I felt the happiest in my entire life. And then there was a cry of a child that broke the blissfulness. The laughter of a little girl. Maybe even two little girls. And I woke up. I was awake, but I woke up from that blissfulness. Just looked around to see what it was, and the little girl saw me looking around, and I think she was concerned because she could tell, I've disturbed him. And I took my little camera and I took a picture of the little girl. And I put it down, and then I don't know what I did afterwards. I think I kind of looked around and maybe gathered up my groceries and stuff and kind of walked away. I think it was her father and two little girls. And I didn't want the little girl to think that she had done something wrong, because she didn't do anything wrong. But at that one moment, the overpopulation, and I don't mean out of respect, because even I call myself overpopulation, it disrupted, it had invaded the one blissful moment I had in my life. Well, I'm going to get that moment back. I'm going to find that peace, that restfulness. I'm going to go to a place where no one can find me. And then I will lay down and I will look at the sun again. Well, not directly at the sun. Of course, I will look up in the sky and stretch out myself. And I'll rest, and this time there will be no voices. There will be nothing but silence. And I'll rest there for hours. What's the word? Not simmering, but savoring. That feeling. Like in that spoilers for that comic book called what's it called? Invincible? Not Invincible. Not Supremacy. No, that's horrible. What was the name of it? Irredeemable? No. I don't know if it was about Mark Waid, but it's about this guy who's really like a Superman kind of that guy, but he's got blonde hair. And there's a scene where he's on a boat and he rescued someone's boat, and the guy's not appreciative, and he goes into space to get away from all the voices screaming at him. The guy's screaming at him, but then all the other voices that he hears around the planet, and he gets to the moon, And he finally had peace. He's resting on the moon. He suddenly realized he doesn't hear the voices. And he feels so at peace. He starts bouncing around the moon in complete joy. That's the moment I want. That's the moment I want again. I only had it for a few seconds. This time, I wonder how long I could have it for though. Because you're only allowed about a month's stay. You know what? Let's look. You can journey with me now that I'm recording this. And this is still recording, so let's find out, shall we? Let's see. Verify which one I'm in. Okay, this is episode 6 now, okay. What is longest stay in? Let's see how long I can stay there. I think it's really. Can stay forever there, almost. So, it would seem like an eternity. It's not forever. Wow. Wow. Well, that answers it. Guess heaven can be achieved. Okay, well, let's get back to hell here. Let's see what this girl. Right.
Because then these dummies go and open their mouth. But at least, you know what? Thank you, Vanessa Kirby, because you just saved me from going and seeing this movie. Thank you. Gosh, I just read it and I can't even remember this kid's name. But thanks, dude, for saving my time and energy, because now you just let me know that I don't have to watch this movie. And it really sucks, but I mean, they're bringing it upon themselves, so I'm not going to have empathy. Get woke, go woke, 100%. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the situation with the Fantastic Four right now. If more updates come out, I will be making more videos on that. So guys, make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you do.
This poor girl, you can see the hate in her eyes. Alright. Let me see. Something, yeah, she does have issues like that guy said. Put on funny on racism. Yeah. God, it's hate. Something horrible happened to her. Something really horrible happened to this girl. I mean, it's this kind of subtleness. The white people know about the subtleness. It's their entire race. So I'm in tune to their subtlety. It's kind of pathetic. But, because Asian, there's no something subtle on Asian. It's something horrible happened. I mean, it's this kind of, it's the kind of thing my father is totally into the white race. I mean, his name, he came from the white race, and because when he was in Europe, it's kind of, I guess the word I might even be using it correctly, sourness. The word dry. It's beyond bland. It's disgusting. It's disgusting in a way that's not disgusting, but disgusting in character. And I know what you're saying. What did she say? It's simply, she doesn't like the woke. It's what she said with the one line I'm concerned with, and it's simply her whole demeanor, way, some way that she carries herself. There's this hatred. And from what instilled, from what I've researched into it, yeah, it's something very, you can sense it. It's there. You can see the body language, everything, the language, the tone. It's something very wrong.
Ring that bell for notification so that it's such all that we.
White devil is a perfect analogy.
Actually get notification. And guys, let me know what you think of this entire situation. Bundle in the comment section. If you guys like the video, please smash like that. If you didn't like it, thank you so much for watching. Sorry through. And guys, I have a huge announcement. I just launched a project up on Indiegogo. For those that don't know, aside from YouTube commentary, I'm actually
See what I mean?
my
See what?
artist, and I do
See what I mean? The eye. See the eyes? Now she has an eye project, and I'm obsessed with eyes. I mean, the eye thing is one of my main driving things. Even my logo has an eye. I didn't even my logos have had the eye, and because of the dilation thing. So this girl is exactly doing what I do with the eye. Incredible. Jesus Christ. Alright, see what she got.
oil paintings. And so for the past 4 years, I've been working on this project called the Eye Project, where I've been trying to paint 200 eyes. And now I have actually just released.
See? Just is a false word. It's the most overused false word. This is why, yeah.
Up on Indiegogo.
I kept thinking, why does she have these eye things? And it's because of their project. Gosh. She's gonna want to see my page. That's all.
The crowdfunder to get the first book made of the first 100 eyes. Now I also have an art YouTube and a Twitch where I live stream myself painting all of these eyes, and every single eye is.
I feel kind of bad now that I left that comment, because my obsession is with the eyes. But I basically call her a complete idiot, but I didn't use the idiot word. You know what I'm saying? That's when I say ears. You know, pass between the ears to there. And she'll be, from my comment, she'll definitely click on my side. I don't be concerned about that.
Is a volunteer
she'll click
from
on.
somebody in my audience that was kind enough to volunteer. So if you guys want to support me, support my channel, go and back this campaign so that way you guys can help not only support my channel, my content, but help make me this book happen. Guys, this is my first ever art book ever. I'm so excited. I've never been more proud of a project in my life, and the fact that it's been so long, and I have all of you guys that support me means the absolute freaking world to me. And so if you guys are interested, if you like art, or you guys just want to support my channel and my content, this is the way to do it. This is what helps me continue to make content and to continue with the craft. So go and check it out. The link is down below in the description of this video. I'll also pin it in the comment section of this video if you guys are interested.
Her obsession with the eye, different types of eyes or something happened, something horrible happened to her. Then with my eyes, my obsession with my eyes, maybe she has contacts, maybe it's an eye dilation accident, I don't know what. But because of the eyes, something horrible happened to her. Something happened. It could be something about people watching her or something. Yeah, that's no. There's
all the information that you need to know about this is on the Indiegogo.
There's nothing wrong with the art. That's beautiful art. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having this, but if you blend it all together, her what she's saying, everything, and then her background, and then you can assemble and you see what the conclusion is.
You want to check it out and read a little bit before you.
Check is a false word.
Is gonna get that is all there on the page. But anyways, guys, enough of your time already. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, even if you're every world, and may of course be with you because we are really going to need it. Bye everyone.
With Spectrum's easy self-install kit, and on the anniversary, you can feel at home.
Okay, I got it recording. Thankfully it's recording, so that's news. Alright.
You're not home till you're connected.